This lesson is called Peanut Butter Jelly Time. It was written for third graders, but this is a fourth grade class, and I think it works perfectly well with the fourth grade class. Okay, so we're going to watch a really short video and then talk about that video, okay? Yes. All right, here we go.
This is 26 peanut butter and grape jelly Uncrustable sandwiches. I don't know if I'm going to get through all of them. I just unwrapped them all, so got my water right here so I don't choke. I'm working on the timer as always. Enthusiastic as always. It's gonna be fun. Look at it. It's like eating colors.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! 1 plus 2 1 plus 10 seconds. 20 seconds. This is going to get tighter. 30 seconds.
He says, I don't know if I'm going to get through them all. Do you remember how many sandwiches he had? 26. And he says, I don't know if I'm going to get through them all. So what do you think? This is a great opportunity for the kids to discover patterns and to see how patterns can help them figure out lots of answers, really. In this case, the sandwiches. You think he'll eat 26 in a minute? So that's what he means. He has 60 seconds. How many do you think he'll eat in a minute? Think he'll eat about 20 sandwiches? Yes, what would you like to say?
5 sandwiches in 1 minute.
Okay, he says 5. Boys and girls, write down on your whiteboard how many sandwiches you think he can eat in 60 seconds. Show everybody over there. What numbers do you see? Tell me.
3, 6.
3, 6. So I want you to think about what information you need in order to figure out how many sandwiches he can eat in 60 seconds. Talk at your tables. We're so used to giving them multiple questions, and no, we've got one question to solve, and we have an hour, and we're going to look at all the different ways we can solve it, and we're going to validate those different ways, and we're going to share them so that next time when I come across this question, I have a different way to attack it as a student. So we're building up their repertoire by taking the time to go really deep with even just that one question. What if I showed you a little bit of the video? Would that help to see kind of how he gets going? All right. Well, I hear you talking about numbers. Let's look at some slides here. Can we agree that that's 10 seconds? Can we just round it? Okay, so in 10 seconds, what is this 3 for? What is that number 3 about? Yes. How many sandwiches he ate? I think as adults, we oftentimes see the pattern right away. One of the things we learned in the summer was a pattern really isn't established for the kids until they really see something 3 times. And so that's why I had 3 slides ready. So what is this telling us, guys?
That he ate 6 and 2. He ate 6
Go ahead.
peanut butter sandwiches in 20 minutes.
In 20
11
seconds, right? It's when they say it out loud seems to help. So I try to get them to tell me the pattern. What do you see and what's happening? And to say the numbers because that seems to engage their mind.
So when I watch the video, I just shade them all in.
It helps them find the patterns by saying it out loud. So having 3 available, having them repeat it to me seems to help. Okay, I'll show one more. If you don't want to see it, you can close your eyes. But I'll show this. We won't talk about it. And also, oftentimes when it's by tens, they've been working with by tens for since kinder, and so that seems to also facilitate that.
So 30 plus 30 equals a minute.
Do you guys agree with that? Yeah? Can you write that down?
So 30 plus 30 equals...
So
60 what?
60 seconds?
Yeah, sure. Do you agree with that? That you have 60 seconds. So by doubling our 30 seconds, you get 60. Okay? Taking the time to go deeper and to let them discover patterns is going to help them in all of their math. And it also helps them by giving them the patience they need, right? Teaching them about struggling with work and not just giving them the answer helps them to know that, you know what, I'll get through this. So here's Leslie's work. Go ahead and look over there, and Leslie's going to talk to us about it. Go ahead, Leslie. It's really fun using the air server for the kids to present. And ideally, I of course was holding it today because it was the first time I had done that with this class. But if you don't have a document camera, it's a great way to show student work. Instead of you as a teacher holding it up, right, going group to group. And so it saves on time because you can go to multiple students and they can share their work quickly. And then it has kind of a wow factor because it's live and, and you show it. It's just a way to get them involved, and it works really well. Excellent, thank you. So she said in 60 seconds he ate 18 sandwiches. And that's how she worked it out. Thank you, Leslie. You think he's gonna make it?
Yes.
He only has 3 seconds and he has to eat how many?
Two more at least.
2 more, but we only have 3 seconds. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does.
2, 1, bang!
Oh! They already had the same answer. They all knew it was going to be 18. But then watching the video, because he just does it really quickly at the end, you kind of start to doubt that. And so to confess, I've done this lesson twice, and I let it just run, and the kids didn't have that reaction. They were like, yeah, we knew it was 18, you know. And I thought, how could I make it more exciting for them? And I figured out, oh, if I stop it here and say, and looked at the math, let's look at the pattern. It's not right. And the kids start to doubt their answer. And that's why it's really funny at the end. And I knew they would cheer. I knew they would. I was like, okay, I got it. So now my next challenge for you is this. What patterns do you see with these numbers? Okay, I'm going to give each of you a page for your group and try to find some patterns before we go to lunch. These types of lessons really get the students to try. You know, they're not afraid because we're guessing, because we're trying different ways of doing things. It seems to help open them up to that, to trying that and defining the fun. Because when you see that, hey, because you know the pattern is going to continue, and when they get to see it and they created it, it's exciting. You want to write it down too? And then look at the tens. Why don't you start with the tens? Explore the idea that math isn't always perfect when you model it. Like this, the only reason it worked for him is because shove that in his mouth in the end. So we got to 18, so our pattern worked, but it really didn't necessarily because of that, the way he ate it so quickly at the end. So that just shows how in real life, well, math isn't always exact, right? And so kids, we're used to them and we're used to teaching that it is exact. When you know what, out there, it's not exact. We do a lot of estimating, a lot of kind of getting close enough. And so you could explore that idea with the kids too.